Hmm. Damn. Someone's crying. Someone's crying. Like, real crying. Like, oh, shit. Like this. Like, just. I had to come on here and see what messages are for somebody because I just felt this like somberness, it's weird because it comes in and out of aggression, anger, sadness. There's like this really big mix culmination of emotions. So I just want to help. I just want to help in any way that I can. So if there's a message that somebody needs to hear, I'm happy to come on and give the messages. So, hello. Thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Patience. I'm your favorite spirit medium, host of Spirit News on all major platforms. We're so grateful to be here. If you love more metaphysical information and you like it more in a podcast style that's segmented and organized and planned and episode based, you can go to our link tree through the bio where you can find all of our socials and every platform that hosts Spirit News, our podcast where we bring you higher perspectives of linear views. I'm with my very own spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle, Mish, Mirabelle, Mantis. We wanted to come on here because we were feeling called to do so, and when we are called, we answer. If somebody is out there who needs a message, we're hoping that it provides the confirmation you need, or it helps you understand something from a higher perspective, or it helps guide you in the right direction. Okay? So, someone is crying. Someone's crying. I don't know why yet. But my computer was turned off, and it's usually not. So there's something about someone being shut down, someone being excommunicated, cut off, someone realizing that their structure was not as structured or expansive as they thought. There's somebody who is just now realizing or coming out of some kind of illusion that they were obsessed with, something that brought them to the underworld, something that they thought was regenerative, but it ended up, is it my fault? Is it my fault? But it ended up restricting them. There's some kind of, I don't know if it was subconscious or if it was intentional, but they're under some kind of illusion. Hey, Axel. Hello. Hello, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that like button so everyone can find us. We love you so much. Thank you so much for all the love. Let's tap in, okay? Spirit, what is this? Someone has to let go of something. Someone is realizing just now that there is no way to come back from this, that this is a loss. Something is a loss. There's something that they haven't been able to let go of because there's something that they've binded themselves to that may have been unfair or that created some kind of legal matters or has led them to some kind of deep introspection. Yeah, look at this, as I say. Listen to this. Yeah, this person is perhaps being a little nostalgic. They're a sarcastic person, Spirit said. Someone who's not very good with their emotions. Someone who may use sarcasm as a way to not deal with certain emotions. Can you sing a song? I can't. I can't sing you a song. I am not a singer. I will not do that to you. Spirit, what is this? You know what? Let me do something else because I have these new cards. Spirit, what's going on? How can we help? They were living by some kind of philosophy or religion or some kind of philosophy that had them very much in their masculine energy. The mixed signal. Yeah, something that gave them mixed signals. Hello, Jesus Gutierrez. And you don't want to lose them as a friend, so you have no clue what to do.
Lazily.
Spirit said lazily. So this could have been a friend of yours. I also have, Spirit said goodbye friend. And Spirit just said continuing. This could be a friend of yours that's in your energy that's very going through mixed emotions. Jokester, and Spirit said sarcastic person. This is somebody who uses humor or sarcasm to mask the way they're feeling. This is somebody who's being looked at as a joke. Someone who thought they were making progress in some way that was illusory, that was not rooted or grounded in reality. I'm not sure why they were in that energy, but the victim. Continuing to be the victim. Go to hell with cards. Is this you? Are you the friend? Are you the friend? Are you the victim of your own decisions? Individuals with a victim mentality. Yeah, this person was this person, I don't think realized that they were playing the victim with something that they were obsessed with. What is this victim? Let me see if I can get some more details about that. Pentagram. This friend of yours may have been messing with things I don't understand. 144. 14 people in here, 4 likes. That's 144. If you know, you know. This friend of yours may not have known that you're part of the 144 club. I'm just kidding. It's not a club. Anyone can join. It's not like those other orders where you have to, be chosen. Everyone's chosen, you guys. So they're playing the victim now, or they're coming out of victim mentality because they're doing something passionately and obsessively that they thought that was kind of like underworld behavior. They were showing 2 faces to you. Gemini, could be a Gemini. I have Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Answer the will of God's call. What do you know of the highest secret? Chosen by who? Myself. You choose yourself. Can you please sing the song Layla? I don't know that song. The air. I can't make it up. The air. Someone who's walked into their divine inheritance. Your friend didn't know. May not have known about that. May not have known that was a thing. They thought that you were some perpetual victim when really you had unseen, untapped potential. Maybe because Fernando. Spirit said Fernando. We love God most by loving the creation he has. Absolutely. Hi, Patience. Best wishes for a wonderful new year. Thank you, Tony. As to you. Thank you. Dogs will love you. Dogs do love me. Thank you. Well, this friend of yours was sending mixed signals. You may have felt like this friend. It's weird because I'm sensing that you may have thought that you and this friend were like best friends, but there's some kind of mixed signal here where this friend may not have thought that about you. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, something about that. You guys may have been, I have jokester here, so I feel like you guys could have been, you know, like party friends. Maybe you guys would get messed up together, or maybe you did a lot of the talking, or something like that. You may have had no clue that they didn't see you that way because they were purposely wearing a mask around you. Tell me more about that. The hunter in reverse. Sure-footedness and predestination. Yeah, and I have a noose right here, but it was upside down. So in the past, this person, damn. This person may have premeditated their friendship with you. They may have had ulterior motives the whole time, being your friend. I'm not sure what yet, but there's something about you this person didn't know, and you might not have even known it yourself until maybe recently or even soon to be. It's in the upright, so I think you may know it now, but I don't think you knew it before. And they didn't know it either. It says the heir, so you may have walked into your divine inheritance where you're trusting your intuition and you're in alignment with your soul's path. You may have walked into that, but there's something about the past and this friend where they were pretending. They basically hung themselves with a noose by doing this to you, by pretending. It's so weird when people do that, because it's like you don't know that they're doing it, and so you're just being their friend. Like, you're just showing up, doing what friends do, and it's weird because they're showing up too, but not in the way that you are. They're showing up in like, I have to, oh God, I have to go pretend to be their friend today. So I'm not really sure why, what the plan was, but it was definitely premeditated. It was something that was decided by them to do. And there's chestnuts on this picture, so it may have something to do with what you could give them, or the fruit that you bear, you know, something like that. What is this? Sir Max. What is this? There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. 12. For all that do these things are an abomination. Yes, tarot is considered a form of divination, which is the practice of seeking insight into the future or hidden things through supernatural means. Hey, Lake Superior! Oh, Sir Max. I'm so happy you're here. I love having you. Thank you for being here with me. So this friend of yours, what else? The guide. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Lake Superior. 2026. Woohoo! I'm so happy for a new year. Absolutely. You may have been this person's guide. God may have sent you to this person to be their guide. Damn. But they didn't see you that way. They did not see you that way. They didn't see you that way. God sent you to be this person's friend, or whoever this was in your life. God sent you to them to help guide them out of this energy that they're in, where they give mixed signals, where they play a victim, where they use sarcasm as a way to deflect, true emotions. You may have been someone to them that they perceived as having privilege or some kind of confidence that they did not have, stability, structure, a master manifester. 90. Thank you, Spirit. You may have been put into their life to show them what walking in your divine inheritance looks like, because I have inheritance right here, right there. But there's something that happened. They didn't see you that way. They looked at your optimism, your ambition, and your wisdom as some kind of illusion. They may have become obsessed with putting a death to the way that you show up. Something about your energy, the things you're passionate about, the way you express yourself. There's something about you that really made this person target you. Okay, I'm not sure what yet. Optimism. I need to work on my people skills. Don't we all? But what's funny about working on your people skills is that you have to put yourself around people to do it. And there lies the problem. So funny, right? You can't get good at people skills if you're not around people. So this person may not have good people skills either, this person in your energy. They definitely didn't see you the way that God intended to see you. Oh my gosh, the vengeance just popped out. Vengeance. Vengeance. They had some kind of vendetta against you. I see an anchor. They were tied up in this energy of vengeance. I don't know why. There could have been some kind of new beginning or opportunities that were unfolding for you, and they did not see you as an energy of a guide. They took something, I don't know it says overcoming slights, a choice. They chose to be in some kind of air of vengeance. They were hunting you. They were targeting you. Something that they became obsessed with. I get targeted. Cigarettes. They could be chain smoking right now. They could be chain smoking. They're extremely emotional at this time. This could have been a twin flame, and twin flames do not have to be romantic relationships. It can be best friends, cousins, sisters, brothers, mothers. It's somebody that you are supposed to have a profound experience with in order to attain wisdom, some kind of lesson, some kind of ultimate lesson. Sometimes you come out together, 8-8, and sometimes you don't. Okay? Slave of cards. I don't have those cards. I don't have those ones. I don't have slave cards. Ooh! But there's something that's been illuminated. Crawl space. There's something that they're just now realizing. They're just coming out of the crawl space. There's something they're being illuminated to right now. Something about realizing that they lost. And I'm not saying that like I think that you were playing a game with them, but they're now they're coming out of some kind of illusion. Some kind of projection that they were putting on you. They put you in some kind of box. And then something of, yeah, the sleeper. And then, and the miser. Something they were being really stubborn about. Because now they're realizing that this is all their own fault. Cause and effect. Clarity. Yeah, they're getting clarity that it was never you. That it was never you. There's something they thought was you. Something they wanted vengeance for. Something they thought that you were doing to them or did to them, but they were just projecting. And there's something about that they're just now realizing, like it's hitting them very hard. They were trying to blame it on you, but you may have cut them off because this anchor has nothing, it's not attached to anything. You may have been someone who anchored them, who grounded them, who gave them sound advice, who literally was sent to them as a guide to guide them out of this vengeance energy. You were a twin. You were a dual soul. You were supposed to guide them out of something. But they didn't see you that way. And so they projected something onto you. Thank you, Lake Superior. Okay. What else? Figure. Something about your body. They could have been... I think a lot of these projections were unconscious projections or subconscious, however you want to say it, because I had 8-8 and that's the 8th house, and that is Pluto. I empower sex, death, obsession, underworld, regeneration, subconscious, linked to reproductive functions. They could be having problems with their uterus or things down there. They could be experiencing dysfunction in their sexual glands or having sharp pains. They should, if they're watching this, they should go to, because they might have like a cyst or something with their ovaries. It's due to this energy that they were in. Hi, Derek. Pamela's like, oh, karma. Oh, karma. Perhaps. There's definitely an air of regret. There's absolutely an air of regret. So, what is this? Where can I go? Where can I go? Let me see. What's going on? How can we help? How can we help? So they're definitely sad. They're definitely did not see this coming. This was not foreseen. She's wearing a bikini in her profile picture. Total slut. Yeah, there's something about your body. Just like I said, you could have been going through some kind of body transformation, or maybe you were taking care of your body or something about your body. They're finding ways to, I don't know. I don't understand why we can't just be happy for people bettering themselves. I don't understand. Bible word, hair. Smoking weed doesn't make you paranoid. It's the shadow monsters. The shadow monsters make you paranoid. And Spirit said pentagram not that long ago. This person in your energy, if this is your friend or it could be anybody, but somebody you know, you used to know well that you cut off from your past. They could be being haunted right now, very paranoid. They could be doing substances to kind of mask that or to not think about it. Smoking weed doesn't make you paranoid. It's the shadow monsters. The shadow monsters make you paranoid. They could be seeing shadows. They could be being followed by or feeling like they're being watched. Because they are. Silence as I try and hack into these encrypted accounts. It's a good thing celebrities don't know about two-factor authentication. Celebrity? Interesting. They could have hacked your social media or your email or something. They could have hacked something that you have. Coffin nail. Coffin nail. There's something that they did to your social medias or something they did through hacking your accounts, because they were, this says celebrity. You could be someone who's in like celebrity type energy, somebody who just has like golden energy, because you are in your divine inheritance, which if somebody feels that way about you, you don't have to be a celebrity, but what celebrities are supposed to represent are like, they're supposed to be the role, they're supposed to be, they're not. Let me just specify that they're not. They're human just like everyone else, but they're meant to represent a golden, je ne sais quoi. How do you say? Like a golden aura. We're supposed to be the representative of what kind of energy you could walk in if you were naturally in your golden state. So there's something about it. Kind of feels like you could have been the golden twin and they were the dark twin. That kind of feels like that. And so you were put into this person's life to help pull them out of that shadow aspect of themselves, wandering soul. But instead what happened is it kind of amplified the shadow. It amplified their shadow and they became ungrounded. And they allowed, possibly because they may drink or do a lot of substances, because I have smoking weed right here. And they could possibly have like an eating addiction or just not have self-control or discipline. And so they were sitting in that energy and looking at you like some kind of goody two-shoes or something. Something like that. I found my quartz crystal that disappeared for a while. You think it's following me? That happens to me all the time, where I know for sure I put something down somewhere and then it's not there. So instead of like going crazy looking for it, I just say, oh, well, if it's meant for me, it'll show up, and it'll show up in like a totally different place. And I'm like, how the heck did you get there? That could be happening to this person. They could be experiencing like a haunting or like, what's that called when, poltergeists. They could be experiencing poltergeists. I no longer have to track you down. Track me down? Do we know each other? Are you the person that we're talking about? I don't know. What else? So they may have done a few things against you. I ran away from fat camp, so in a way, the camp worked. I told you, didn't I just say they have some kind of eating addiction? And there's something about your body that they judge themselves for. It's like, it's like, um, I'm not saying that this is how you viewed it, but you know, like sometimes there'll be friends, sometimes there'll be friends where, and I'm not saying that this is true, but this is like a stereotype. And what it was on the movie, Knocked Up, where you'll have like a hot friend, and then that friend will have other friends that, hey, Robin, hello, darling. I send you love. I send you love. I was listening to your live last night. Your voices, I fall asleep listening to your voice. I just put my little earbud in. I'm out like a light. So relaxing. But you know those friends that, one can be attractive, and then you have a couple others that maybe, it's not about being perfect, but I'm just saying, like, friends can compare themselves to other friends that might be doing better than them. And that's kind of what this feels like. One friend not able to control their human impulses for indulging in all things, and then here you come bettering yourself, your body, and you're walking in your divine inheritance, and you're doing all the things, and you're just kind of leaving them behind, is what this friend felt like. Listen, son, relationships are a lot like pancakes. You get really excited about the first bite, but halfway through you'll be pushing it away saying, I can't finish this. That's interesting. I'm going to say it for the data because it could be for somebody. And I got Spirit said pentagram before. This person could have been doing spell work against you. Hey, Amanda. Hello. This person could have been sending you like fat spells. They could have been sending you rug spells for you to have like addictions. They could have been spying on you by hacking into your accounts. I have a lot of like food and body references, and haunting references. So there's something about some things that they did that they could possibly be experiencing now. Because I have cause and effect right here. Thank you for my flower. Thank you so much. Yeah, they could possibly be overeating, experiencing supernatural experiences or phenomenon. They could be having their accounts hacked, possibly even, losing things. Dressed in black, Spirit said. What is going on? That could be why they're crying so hard, because all these things that are happening to them that they sent to you or wanted to happen to you, whether it's through their thoughts or through actual like things they did, they're getting clarity that this may be their own fault. That might be why they're crying so hard. I woke up in a stranger's bed covered in cheese fries, ate them, and then went back to sleep. Jeez. That kind of goes with wearing a bikini in her profile picture. Total slut. them body shaming you and making you out to be something that you're not, possibly even promiscuous. And yet here they are in a stranger's bed covered in cheese fries, waking up in strangers' beds. This person could possibly have a sex addiction, or I don't even want to say it's that they're addicted to sex, but addicted to attention, like feeling less than. So they're, it doesn't matter who they choose. What's going on here? Good God, woman. A bandana or cute headband never killed anyone with a forehead like that. Addicted to fries. Energy readings? I don't know. Let me see. Yes, this is an energy reading. I got out of work a little early and I was just feeling the somberness, this like heavy crying energy. And just for the sheer fact that I have nothing to be sad about, I knew it was somebody else's energy. So I was like, let me do a reading in case somebody needs clarity or needs to know where someone's at or who's in someone's energy. So, here we are. Here we are. Here, Neutral 9. Let me cover my forehead for you. Actually, my forehead is just a forehead, 4 fingers. My husband's got a bigger forehead than I do. His is like this. 10 head! But it wasn't all my own either. I cried a lot lately, but it wasn't all my own either. Oh, yeah, maybe someone who regrets. Mine's 2 hands. Oh, we'll start a club. The Big Forehead Club. Hey, the bigger your forehead, the bigger the brain, right? All right, let's be honest. With your hereditary weak chin and prominent Adam's apple, that deep V-neck t-shirt makes you resemble a cartoon buzzard. Disorienting. I have an Adam's apple, so this is obviously a collective read, so it could be many things. Rough crowd. What about the nose? Hey, however God made me is the way I'm showing up. So, crooked nose, big forehead, all of it. This is me. This is who I am. Oh, what's this message that's been hidden? Let me see. His forehead is probably the size of a billboard if it's bigger than yours. I love you though. I'll show it. I'll show it. Oh, another moderator just handled this. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lake Superior. Ugh, this energy, it's just so sad, it almost makes me feel bad for being happy, honestly. At least you don't look like Sandra Bernhard. Yes, be proud. F everyone else's opinion. Yeah. The most judgmental people are usually the ones, You know what I'm saying? That have the biggest foreheads. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? I care about this person, though. They are very sad. Spirit also said goodbye, friend. So they could be very vulnerable right now, which makes me sad as well. I have Adam's apple, a weak chin, a deep V neck t-shirt, and a buzzard. interesting. There's something that I'm just going to say it because I don't know. It could be true. I don't know. You have to take it as it resonates. There's a couple of things I'm getting. One, this person could have told everybody that you're a man or a woman. Florist. Whatever you are, whether you're a man or woman, they said that you're the opposite. Okay? Said something about that. They may have said that you're weak, something about you is weak, that you have weak genes, or that you have a lot of inherited like weaknesses, something like that. And a buzzard, that you're some kind of predator or some kind of like nuisance, or that you're a clown, that you're very immature, something like that. You're as deep as a V-neck t-shirt, something like that. My son dreamt about... That's crazy how you pick up on that. My son dreamt about his missing cat this morning and cried about it. Fernando. Oh, Spirit said Fernando twice, so I don't know if that's for somebody. Aww. Well, let's see. Dreaming about your cat missing. What does a cat represent? A cat could represent curiosity. A cat could represent protection. A cat can represent an idea or a state of mind, or it can also represent something important to you. If he loves the cat, could be something very important to him, not the cat, but the cat could represent something that he might be losing, like maybe a friend, or maybe like an idea, or something like that. I wish I had that spiritual connection. Everybody does. Everybody has a spiritual connection, because you are first and foremost a spirit having a human experience. So, childhood, he's 23. Yeah. He's a child. 22-year-old man, child. But it could represent, if the cat is an emotional pillar for him, it could represent something that's, that he's growing out of, or that bullied. Spirit said bullied. He could be being bullied in some way. Maybe he feels like he can't stand up for himself, or he's losing some kind of opportunity or stability, something like that. I don't know. Spirit said write, W-R-I-T-E. This friend could have been writing, like, how you can write, like Abraham Hicks shows you how to write focus wheels, and shows you how to write your manifestations down, or teaches you how to write down what you want, and so it teaches you how to focus. Well, this person in your energy could have been writing things like that, but negative things about you, like, I hope she or he gets into a car accident, or, stuff like that. I have dreams about my dog that has passed. Do you know how to make voodoo dolls? I don't. I've never made a voodoo doll in my life, and I suggest you don't do it. Because what do you need a voodoo doll for? Oh, dang. They made a voodoo doll of you. They could have made a voodoo doll of you if you've had any, like, weird pains, or broke a foot, broke a toe, things like that. hurt yourself, or almost got into car accidents, things like that, it may have been this person with a either writing their what they wanted to manifest for you, or voodoo dolls, either one. Yeah, that stuff, just stay away from that. Even I don't know much about that stuff about voodoo or any Santeria, whatever. I don't know much about it, but all I know is that you don't need it. And so why even risk it? It's an unnecessary risk that is just not needed. It's not needed. Why even mess with things you just don't understand? I just don't think it's needed. I'll believe the Bachelorette is looking for true love when nope, never. You may have been single at one time with this person, and they were single as well. They may have been single and still are single. They may have a hard time locking down a person, but you don't. And so when there may have been like a chunk of time or a period of time where you were single with this person, and that's when they may have started to, Spirit said, improvement. So they may have been feeling like they were improving while both of you were in like the same path. But you may have found someone you fell in love with, or found someone that ended up being your person, and they were still a bachelor or bachelorette. And that may have been, I don't know if that was the main reason that they put themselves in a vengeance energy, but it definitely could have been a key component to why something that pushed them like over the edge. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest you do Ouija boards. I wouldn't suggest you do divination or any kind of divination or seances or voodoo dolls. Don't do any of that. You don't need to do any of that to have relationship with Spirit, Holy Divine Spirit. Jealous friends, the scariest. Absolutely. Yeah, because you know what's really scary about this particular situation is that this friend of yours 50-50, yeah, so I said 50. I was just going to say, they pretended to be your friend, even though they were jealous of you. But when you turned around, they were totally committed to pretending, which is just so weird to me, because here you are, you think that they're your friend, you're buying their act. Like, why wouldn't you? You have no reason to believe that they're pretending, and so their pretending is actually you thinking that they love you and care about you. And so you're showing up authentically and they're not. And every time they hang out with you, secretly it's a burden. Okay. And I just, that boggles my mind, because it's like, what? I don't know. I hope I can get down to the bottom of it, like emotionally, because like, why bother? Like, why bother until someone better comes along? Yeah, maybe it's about, supply. Maybe this person has like, some kind of personality disorder. Maybe that's why it makes no sense, to us. It was like this, this video came up on my feed, and maybe for this exact reason, to understand. He was like, when it comes and I'm not saying this person is a narcissist. I haven't gotten anything that says that. Fighting temptation. They may be fighting temptation to come towards you. But in the video, he was talking about narcissists. And he was like, when it comes to a narcissist, you're just, you're like a, what did he equate it to? He said, it's like if they had a cell phone that broke and they have another cell phone in the drawer. They might have like 3 or 4 other cell phones in the drawer that aren't as good as that main cell phone that just broke, but they're backups in case, the main one figures something out. They have like backups. You're like, to a narcissist, you're equivalent to like that, to like, you're just a means to an end. You're just like the next best thing. You're not like you know what I'm saying? It kind of feels like that. Spirit calm. Come through, spirit. What are your pronouns? I'm a her. Identify as a woman. I was born a woman. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. 1313. Watching porn with a wallaby is only awkward if you make eye contact. Yeah, this person has a lineup of people. I think that's exactly what it is. They would, if they would sit with a wallaby if it gave them attention, because this person has an identity problem. This person could potentially not have a very anchored identity. And so you do. There's something about you that does. You're an individual. You're persevering. Tell me about the viewer, spirit. Tell me about the viewer. How does this friend view the viewer? Friendly. Do you know how to fake tan? Too much social media. You're very friendly. You're friends with anyone. I wrote this rap one time, and I'll pat myself on the back about it, but it reminds me of this. I could get along with a crocodile. It's kind of like that energy. Like, you're friends with anyone. You're approachable. You're pleasant in social interactions. This person's always sarcastic. You're caring. You're punctual. You're a lot of things that this person is not. Hi, outdoor biking and fishing. Hi. Hello. You're caring. You show genuine concern and affection for others. You like being consistently on time for appointments and commitments. You always show up. You're decisive. You're capable of making decisions in a timely manner. Oh, thank you, Nicole White. Hello. Thank you for being here. Spiritual gang stars. Hey, Jesse. Hi. Tell me more about the viewer, except my neighbor. Tell me more about the viewer. How does this friend view the viewer? Grateful. Yeah. Charismatic. There's a lot of good traits that are locked in for you. And so these many traits of you being supportive and caring and showing up for your appointments and being decisive and diligent, like I said, like Spirit said, you were supposed to guide this person in that direction. There was something that you two were supposed to do together, but it didn't come to fruition because this person is the opposite of you. They're the dark, the dark parts of you, and you're the light parts. You were supposed to come together and kind of transmute the energy, but mattress, something about a mattress. Oh, my finger's bleeding. The observer. Okay, so this person saw these traits in you, and and so also something about your body. Okay, I will even guide a worm off the sidewalk before you get squashed. Yeah, right? Yeah. You definitely showed up for this person, and this person just, it kind of feels like self-sabotage. Somebody who can't understand the energy that you are walking in. And so they, instead of taking it as, you know, you trying to guide them, they took it in a vengeful way where they put themselves in an illusion that you were some kind of victim or something. Really committed this time. In it for the long run. No games. Yeah, you were really committed to this person. Whether it's friendship or family, whatever it was, you're definitely very committed to them. They could have done something with a voodoo doll, writing affirmations against you, something about candles. They definitely did a lot. There's a egg on their face. Yeah, they did a lot against you. I told you, feeling foolish. They're like, holy shit. Because they're going through something. What are they going through right now? Childish. Victim mentality, verbal conflicts, insecurity, immaturity. Yeah. They did a lot. They did a lot, and it was foolish of them to think that someone who's caring, friendly, charismatic, diligent, someone who's supposed to be a guide. What, I don't understand why. Just something about a personality disorder, you know? Records. Spirit said are records. Now they're in avoidance. You may have ghosted them, but they're putting themselves in hiding because they feel guilty for what they've done. There's something. What did they do to the viewer? What is it that they... I don't know. They might not remember what they did. Why don't they remember what they did? Or they must remember. Or they're in denial about it. They're feeling guilty because they had a real connection with you. They had... This is self-sabotage. You know, this is somebody who looks a gift horse. What's that? Looks a gift horse in the mouth. You know, somebody who has put themselves in hiding because they feel foolish because they acted this way against somebody who was their actual friend. Someone they had a real connection with. Someone that they discarded, that they acted childish to, you know. They are feeling guilty because they could be, because you're high value. Yeah. Again, you were somebody, you're an empress, emperor energy. Kindness for weakness, loyalty for granted. Absolutely. Who's the strongest Pokemon? I will even... Oh, I read that. It's sad, really. Oh, look, this isn't supposed to be in here. They're scared. Yeah, because they're... I have right here, smoking weed doesn't make you paranoid. It's the shadow monsters that make you paranoid. Yeah, they're in some kind of danger or something. They're in some kind of danger or perceived danger, or they're scared. What are they scared of? Spirit said they better start planning. They better start planning because something's going down with them. What is this? That's could be why they're like crying and like they're truly scared. They're scared of some kind of cause and effect. Secretive, yeah, because they're in the past they're very dishonest. They were hiding information from you. Like I said, this is somebody who pretended to be your friend. How can I get this information? Let's do some Spirit said mattress, and look, this girl's in the mattress.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. They may be bedridden. They can't get themselves out of bed. They can't get themselves out of bed to take a shower, to go to work, to do anything that would get them out of this energy. They're in some kind of weird energy. I don't know. Cease your investigations immediately. We are watching, always watching. BoJack! You don't know BoJack diddly squat. Cabin fever, absolutely. Yeah, this person is lacking some kind of
Stockiness.
stockiness. I told you they could be overeating, gaining weight rapidly because that's what they wanted for you. That's what they wanted for you. They were playing games. They were playing they're monkeying around with you. They were playing some kind of games. They thought it was fun. Something they thought was fun at first. Cease your investigations immediately. I can't. God told me to do what I came here to do, and it is already done. You can't change a giraffe's spots. Yeah, they were trying to make you look a certain way. They were pulling the wool over people's eyes. They were pulling the curtain. They were doing this impulsively because it was behind your back because you didn't notice, because they thought that you would never notice. They thought that you would never notice. But now there's some kind of emergency because life is going on for you normally. You know, you're checking the mail, you're going to work, you're going to the grocery store, you're reading the newspaper, you're just chilling. Pride. Spirit said pride. Something that they were too proud to admit to themselves. Something that was unable for them to be aware of, that they couldn't see because of their pride. Another sandwich maker playing with cards. Michael Thornton. Do you own a pair of the satin ballerina house slippers? I do not. I do not own
Juicy.
ballerina slippers. Spirit said juicy. I don't know if they can watch you, or if they watch you, or look at this man's face. He's just like utterly unamused, wasting their time worrying. If I'm not prideful about my looks, then there's nothing to steal. This person may have had to like downgrade their profession, or they may have gotten fired and have to work at a place that they wouldn't have chosen if they didn't have to work there. There's something about them being on display. The things that they were pointing out, there's something about them like shaming you to other people. She's wearing a bikini in her profile picture. Total slut. You know, they were shaming you. They were telling other people that you're this and you're that. And they were actually, I don't know if they like paid people to do this, or if they were taught to do this, or if they were doing it themselves. I don't know, but I have something about voodoo dolls, candle rituals, and writing things down. So they were definitely doing something like that. And you're over here like this. You know, you're just minding your own business. You could have children. You could have a child, a son. You could like knitting.
You will never be alone.
Or this friend knit something for you, or something like that. Or you made something for this friend, or something like that. They were never your friend. They were never your friend. They were just, they just came around you for some reason, that to watch you, or to watch you for some reason. Watch you be asleep. They're trying to keep you close so they could watch you. Why were they watching you? Like, why did they pretend to be your friend? What was their ultimate goal here? To scare you. They wanted to scare you. They wanted to blow up your environment. They wanted to blow up your... They wanted to scare you. They wanted to scare you, but they wanted to do it in a way where you wouldn't know it was them. There's something that they can't stop doing to you. But they know, but they're just now realizing that whatever they're doing to you to try to scare you, it's something that they can't, like, it's like some weird addiction or obsession. You know, there's like, I didn't know that the ice was so soft. Yeah, they're like, Amy, someone named Amy. They may have led other people into doing this with them against you. It could be either by tasteless, because they're tasteless, because they're tactless, because they're just, they have a personality disorder. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but, you know, people aren't just, I mean, maybe some people are born with personality disorders, but it's like that saying, villains aren't born, they're created. So there's something about you ultimately, like, poking a wound that they have. Okay, but they could have involved other people that fell through the ice with them because they pretended to be some kind of expert at something, or was, you know, egging people on to do this like it was fun. But now that there's certain things going wrong, there may be multiple people that they involved in this thing they did by pretending to be your friend. Why would someone pretend? I just don't understand it. Like I said, it's mental illness, because I just really don't understand it. Something about your fruits, you know, they saw you as like, they saw you as a good supply, you know. You uplift them, and you're punctual, and you're committed, and you have this really good energy, but they just viewed you as a means to an end, you know, someone that could lift them up when they needed it, you know, could help them when they needed it. Okay. But little did they know is that Spirit said medium. But little did they know is that that's what friends do. And so it's so weird that you would pretend to be a friend. You would pretend to be a friend and do things a friend would do, but not actually like want to be your friend. So that's, only God knows. Only God knows the full spectrum of that. Okay. So people could be walking away from them. There could be someone that's had enough of this because they can't stop doing it. There's something about them where they're overeating, they're doing something in excess. It could be drinking. They're doing something to you in excess. It could be bringing you up, or it could actually be like, poking the voodoo doll or lighting candles. I'm not sure. Or just like bringing you up all the time. People are starting to see that this person is obsessed with you. There's something about you. You cut them off. You cut them off because I have avoidance here. You're avoiding them because you realize something. They're hacking into your accounts, and they could be telling people you aren't high value, that you're promiscuous, that you do drugs, all these things, but that's them. That's literally them. So God knows I'm trying to place a bet. I definitely eat too many hot Cheetos. Oh, I almost got the baked hot Cheetos yesterday because I love me some hot Cheetos. Let's get a hand going. Shuffle them cards. A worm is at the bottom of a 40-meter hole. It can crawl upwards at the rate of 4 meters in one day, but at night it slips back 3 meters. At this rate, how long will it take the worm to crawl out of the hole? And I had crawling on the ground. Spirit said crawling on the floor. So there's something that this person does at night. They might there's something weird about day and night. There might be one way during the day where they have some kind of upward movement, and then at nighttime, either they do something with 3 people or they do something so often that it puts them back 3 steps. Something like that.
Female energy.
Female energy. Could be a female. Deceptor. The famous magician. I told you they're doing witchcraft on you. I can't make it up. I would never, ever make it up. You think that people don't do witchcraft? Well, then you're a fool. You're a fool if you think that. It's 2025. You go on Reddit and you can see a whole thread of witches that do magic to people that don't even know it. They do obsession spells. I want my ex-boyfriend to be obsessed with me. Then they talk about it on the Reddit. Telling ya. The famous magician recently claimed that he had been in New York City performing a feat that no one else had accomplished. They boasted that they had walked on the hands for 1.5 miles down a typical cement sidewalk before he lost his balance and fell. I can't make it up. Didn't I say that they're claiming that they can do something to you, and they're having people join in? And there's something recently, as of recent, where people are starting to realize that this person has been saying that they can do something that they can't do. And Spirit said medium. They might be saying that they're psychic or something, or a medium, or something like that. But they're losing their balance. They're falling through the ice. Okay. There's no such thing as a cement sidewalk in New York City or anywhere else. Sidewalks are made of concrete. Cement is merely one of the several ingredients that make up concrete. Concrete is made of sand, gravel, water, and finally cement, which is the active agent that binds all the materials. Yeah, so this person said that they can do something that there's no such thing. They made it up. Or they heard that they could do something that somebody else made up. But they had people join in under this, I can do this to this person. And then that's why they pretended to be friends with you because they were boasting that they could walk on their hands, that they could walk on water basically, but they didn't know that the ice was so soft because maybe they were walking on the ice for a short time, but then something changed where what they were doing to you wasn't affecting you the way it used to. And I specifically have a famous magician. So, doing magic to you, I told you candle rituals, fat spells, addiction spells, like all these things. And then they were showing people, they were boasting, they were like, watch what I can do to this person. And so, in order for them to do it, they would have to be around you. So, they would say, oh, I have to hang out with them today so I can put this thing in their yard or something.
inclination,
And so, whatever
I
they,
live there,
whatever they did before, it used to work, but now it doesn't work. So, people are starting to realize that they're full of shit. A scheming schizo. Mm-hmm. Scheming schizo and her younger brother were fighting. Their mother, who had enough, decided to punish them by making them stand on the same piece of newspaper in such a way that they couldn't touch each other. How could this be done?
1910s,
Their mother slid a newspaper under a door and made them stand on one side of the door and her brother on the other side. Something about a brother, a mother, a younger brother, and a mother and a sister. And a door. They're definitely fighting now because, oh, look, I have a sister. I have two men and a woman here. Oh, thank you. I definitely eat too many hot Cheetos. I love hot Cheetos, especially the baked ones. I could eat the whole bag. I won't do it, but I could. Self-control. This energy just feels so freaking sad, honestly. Don't mess with magic, you guys. Honestly, do not mess with magic. You want to know why magic works temporarily? Because it takes from your own energy field. Yeah, it takes from your own energy field. That's why it'll work. That's why you'll get certain things to work, to happen. It doesn't just come out of thin air. You have to give it away to whatever it is that you're invoking or doing. Every candle you light, every piece of paper you write, every pin in the voodoo doll takes a little piece of your energy and sends it into whatever you're projecting it into, and that's why it will work. Okay, especially if someone is an energetic match to what you're projecting. But once that person doesn't become an energetic match, if they walk in their divine inheritance, or if they heal, if they are doing the work to heal themselves, they become like a marble, and you can't stick a marble to Velcro. You can't stick Velcro to a marble. Okay, so there's something about that here where they got so arrogant in what they were doing because it was working. It was working. Whatever magic they were sending to you. What are some of the things that happened to Collective that worked? What are some of the things that happened to Collective that worked? In a terrible singing voice, sing, "Hey there, Delilah," but substitute your target's name for Delilah. And I have New York City twice. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? You're 1,000 miles away. If you have some kind of talent, whether it's singing or writing or whatever it is that you started to excel at, they sent something to you so people would laugh at you or think that you're terrible, or you would have like blockages to not perform.
undoubtedly,
Undoubtedly. Say, I literally just want to give you a hug to your target. Then while you're hugging, say in your best scary voice, worship me, I am Satan. I can't make it up, you guys. This person and your energy, they could have possibly made some kind of deal with energies that are not the best, and that could be why they're feeling so terrible right now. Because they wanted to scare you. They were tired of you, of everyone wanting to give you hugs all the time. So they wanted to make it so people would walk away from you. They could have told people that you worship Satan, that you do witchcraft.
Despair.
Get down on one knee as if proposing to your target and say, there is no one I would rather smoke bath salts and go to Steve Aoki concerts than you. Than with you. They could have told your person that you do bath salts and that you are messing around with someone else who's planning on proposing to you or something. So they wanted to ruin your relationships. They wanted people to walk away from you and be scared of you. They wanted you to move away, or they somehow blocked whatever talent it is that you have, whatever that is for you. Some benefit from hobbies. I think all benefit from hobbies. But if you have a personality disorder and you have no identity, how do you develop a hobby? Like, how do you... There's something about, like, not having that awareness, you know? Have an emotional breakdown while doing some dad dance moves. Yeah. This person could be trying to hide their emotional breakdown because they don't want anybody to know in this circle of friends that they've included in this weird targeting of you. They could be having an emotional breakdown that they don't want anyone to know about because they're struggling to even do a push-up. They can't get out of bed. They have no motivation. They're crying. They're drinking. They're doing substances. Because these are all the things that they wanted for you. These are all the things that they tried to take away from you. They didn't want people to worship you, which is not how you were looking at it. That's not your state of mind, but that's how they were viewing it in their very skewed state of mind. Like, that's how they were viewing you. Junkie. So I just said junkie. Get close to your target, staring at their knees, lightly touching them, and say, you have the most marvelous knees, my sweet princess. That's the 2 knee references. So they could have hurt themselves. They could have hurt their knee or their leg or something, or they could have fell down and hurt their knee. That could be why they're in bed. They can't get out of bed. Explain the plot of Harry Potter, but sub out Harry's name for the target's name. Yeah, because they were doing magic. They could be a fan of Harry Potter. They thought they could be like Harry Potter, or they were doing things that Harry Potter would do. Magic, energy manipulation. Hello, sis. I've been listening, but too busy to check in. Blessings. Oh, thanks, Denise. Thanks for being here. Cooking is a great hobby. You know what? I've been in love with baking lately. I started working at a bakery like a year ago, and I really like it, actually. You're at the Westminster Dog Show. Show off your prize schnauzer to the judges. Something about a dog or an animal. I have a couple references about a dog. They could have done something to your dog. Talk sexy to your drink. Tell it you crave its condensation and thirst-quenching liquids. I told you they're drinking. Spirit said junkie, echoing despair. The energy is just awful. They've been doing magic and it's been working, but what they don't know and the reason that they feel this way, and I hope that they're listening, I hope that this helps. When you perform rituals, or even if it's just psychic projections or evil eye, what you're doing is you're projecting your own insecurities out there onto the grid. And whoever is, and especially if you're amplifying it with emotion of vengeance, of anger, that's energy in motion. And what we're understanding about energy is that we're first and foremost energy. So that will absolutely 100% affect you. But it's going to, over time, take away from your own energy field. You're giving your energy away to things that do not, that don't flourish. You know, that's not, you're not putting your energy into something that grows. You're putting your energy into something that's very like rigid and like, hey, nobody. You know, it's very rigid, it's very stuck, it's very like lack. And so when you're putting all your energy into that, you're taking from your energy and putting it into something that's stuck. You have to call your energy back. You have to let go of all those things you wished upon somebody, of all those actions you took against somebody to bring deaths to people's talents, to their relationships, to their jobs, to their looks, to their body. Like, this person did so much to you. This this could have been over years, you know? I may have gone too far. I told you I may have gone too far when I submerged the Elf on the Shelf in my kid's toilet bowl. They could have gone too far, stepped over the line when they projected something at your children. That could have been where your spirit guide said, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Because this person's a junkie to this energy manipulation. They're obsessed. They can't stop doing it. And they think that any minute now something different's going to happen, but you're never affected like you used to be. There's something that's let's tell them what shifted in you. So maybe if they're watching, I don't know, then they can understand why it's not working. Why isn't the magic working? Elevation. I can't make it up because you are beyond that. You're beyond Thunderdome. You're beyond that now. You've gotten inner strength to overcome the obstacles that they were sending to you. Your attention is not being given to what they're sending to you. You might feel it a little here, a little there. Malachi! What up, homie? Hey! Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me. Ugh. You're still in gratitude. Like I said, you're magnetic. We're all magnetic. If you're not in that energy that they're in, maybe you used to be, but you're not now, that's what they're not getting. They're not understanding. But they're already so addicted to doing this to you. They don't have the wisdom to understand what it is that's propelling them to do this. How can we help them? I have to leave soon, but I saw your live and had to stop in for a minute. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Malachi. I hope all is well. I hope you're overcoming any obstacles that are put before you. I send you love. Remember me? I don't remember you. I'm so sorry. Plate 17, Egyptian Book of the Dead. Ani, standing in adoration before three gods, each of whom holds a scepter in his left hand and the symbol of life in his right. The chapter of not letting a man pass over to the east in the underworld. Hail, manhood of Ra, which advanceth and beateth down opposition. Things which have been without movement for millions of years come into being through the god Baba. Hereby am I made stronger than the strong, and hereby have I more power than they who are mighty, and therefore neither shall I be borne away nor carried by force to the east to take part in the festivals of the fiends, nor shall there be given unto me cruel gashes with knives, nor shall I be shut in on every side, nor gored by the horns. Yeah, you're divinely protected. That's another reason that they don't understand why nothing's happening to you. You could have Egyptian lineages, or you're just matching a energy where you get divinely protected. And that is a thing. I promise you it's a thing. As long as you're doing the work, as long as you're in alignment, you get protected, because what it takes to get into soul alignment isn't easy. If it was, everybody would do it without fail, okay? And so whatever you're doing, God's like, they made it to the finish line, or they made it to the point. They made it to the checkpoint. You're not going to keep doing the same things. We had you do that for this short amount of time, and you helped get them to where they needed to be, but now it's your turn. And so now this person is realizing that you're not doing anything to them. There's something that they thought you were doing to them, and that's why they had vengeance. God is awesome. God's using you as a way to get this person out of this illusion. We've been getting a lot of downloads about identity and what it looks like from Spirit's point of view. And a lot of it, oh, okay, never mind. Spirit said, don't say it. Don't say it yet. Okay, I don't want to speak too soon. Okay? But that's the next episode of Spirit News. Identity from Spirit's point of view. Rome wasn't built in a day. Didn't I just say? It took a lot of time, effort, hard work, struggle, pain, suffering to get to a place of divine inheritance. Off the beaten track. Yeah. Doing things that aren't acceptable in our society, where they might persecute you, the wound of persecution. You overcame that. There's some kind of deadline. That they missed. They could be going to jail, possibly for some kind of foul play. Something they did when they're drunk, peeping Tom, because they're stalking you. They spy on you because what they used to do when they had this power over you, or when this worked over you, and I'll be done soon, but they realized that they could affect you with magic, okay? And so this excited them, and so they had other people that were doing this with them, or that they showed, or someone showed them how to do it, and then it became a thing, and they thought it was so fun to call you up and see how it was affecting you, and you would tell them what's going on in your life, and they knew that it was happening because of them, but you didn't know that. You thought life was just lifing, and you were just making the best of it, and you were just like, shit happens. I'm just going to make the best of it. I'm just going to move forward. It's not a big deal. And so that bothered them. So then they would like ante up, they'd make it higher, the stakes higher and higher. And pretty soon they went to death magic, where they're putting a death to your relationship, death to your animals, death to your children. Spirit said peyote. They could have been taking hallucinogens, or getting high and doing these things in a public setting and like a party setting. And then what it did, unbeknownst to them, is it pushed you into your ascension, because God needed you to be at a certain place for you to reject what they were sending you. But you had to go through it first in order to reveal your own ascension process. Look, just because Jesus was trans doesn't mean he was a bottom. Y'all need to educate yourself. People say the wildest things. My spirit talker said ecstasy. Yeah, ecstasy, meth, peyote, mushrooms, anything you can think of. This person's a junkie, so it's like whatever they can find. Okay, but they were equating spiritual experiences and spiritual energy manipulation as some kind of connection to spirit. And then you may have gotten on your spiritual journey and they may have, been threatened by that or something. It was almost like some weird blind competition where here you are thinking you're a guide on your spiritual journey and you're sharing your spiritual stuff with them, and they may have been sharing with you, but there's one thing they weren't sharing with you, and that was all the magic they were doing to you, to ruin your life, because it started very small, honestly. Thanks for being so nice. Oh, thank you so much, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Insane. Thank you so much. Let me heart that. Thank you. I appreciate you. So now what's wrong, what's going on is they were already imbalanced. They already had a personality disorder, and you were a really good supply, and they self-sabotaged it by dabbling in magic against you. They thought that it would be such a good idea because you're so naive. They thought that you were weak because you're so nice and that you would never know that it was them, and all the things going wrong in your life and all of your talents going down the drain and all of your money being drained. And hi from Chicago. Hi, Dave. All of the things that they did, and then they amped it up and they started doing death magic. So now all these things worked, but now they're still doing it and it doesn't work. So it has to go somewhere. And Spirit says in our episode, I forget what number it is, but it's the sex and energy episode on Spirit News. Spirit gave us the knowledge that, energy can't die. It can be transmuted, redirected. It can, you can turn it into something else, which is the same as transmutation, but you can't, it doesn't come out of thin air, and you can't get rid of it. Like, you can't kill it. Okay. And so when people do magic, they don't understand this concept. They think, even if it starts off innocently, like an abundance spell, I'm gonna, get a pot and then simmer some of this and that, and make the house smell good and bring abundance into my life. Okay, sure, you can do that, but you don't have to do that to bring abundance to your life. If you are doing these small rituals for abundance or for love or whatever, innocently you're doing it for, you'll get those things, but in the energy that you are now. That's why we feel like 1910s. That's why I feel Joe Dispenza's teachings are so valuable, because he teaches you how to get into a heart space first before you start sending out your intentions. Because if your intentions are to make money, but you are in a lack mindset and you don't feel like you're worthy of a lot of money, you'll get money, but you'll blow it all, or you'll lose it quickly. It will not be like a sustaining flow of income, because you're not matching that energy first. So you can do a spell, you can do a ritual, you can light a candle for abundance, but just be warned that if you're not in the heart space of a healed heart space, then you will receive what you want in the energy you're in now. And that's this person, And so they're They were giving pieces of their energy away to get abundance, to get this and to get that. But little did they know is that you're a master manifester. So just being in your energy was helping, since you were sharing your energy, it was helping them gain abundance. So here they are thinking that they're so powerful because in your being friends with you is bringing them luck and bringing them things that they didn't have before. They think it's them doing the spell work. So then they're like, well, I'm on peyote and I'm on mushrooms and I'm on ecstasy. I have an idea. I have an experiment I want to do. Let me see if my spiritual friend catches on to my, what I'm doing to them, and show them who really has the power. Boom, that's where you went wrong. Right there. Focus on your own. Lives will be better. Yes, absolutely. Nobody cares about whatever you're saying about. Marsha Kennedy. Well, that's okay. You don't have to care. I care enough for everyone. Transmuting thoughts is a spell too. I think that all thoughts are a type of spell, or a type of transmission, if you
I can
will.
show you the way.
You know? Spirit says, your body's the temple, your heart's the altar, and your thoughts
Take it.
are the wand. So, if you're not in a heart space to begin with, if you're in a mentality of lack, then anything that you manifest in that energy will mirror that energy. So if you're unfamiliar with Joe Dispenza, I highly recommend that you go listen to his teachings, because Spirit has directed me in his direction, and that we really resonate with the way that he interprets this metaphysical science. Okay? How can we help? How can we help? What are your thoughts on channeling, and do you think it's possible to channel without knowing? Absolutely. Yes, I think that we're walking radios that are constantly channeling information unconsciously and consciously. And the same as divination, Ouija boards, seances, and channeling, do not do those things intentionally if you're not integrating your fragmented soul pieces. If you're not healing, if you're not getting into a heart space, if you're not if you're not in relationship with your spirit team, don't do those things, because you will channel or receive energies that match where you're at now. And so a lot of people do those things to experience a connection with spirit. But what they don't know about energy is that, we're magnetic. And so if you're not integrating or healing or actually implementing like true spiritual knowledge and overcoming your emotions and being in control of your emotions, then you're not in control of your energy, and you will attract things that match your energy, and they'll trick you. And so before spirit would even let me before spirit would even allow me to have awareness of divination, and I just do divination for this channel just to show you guys how the information unfolds, because it's fun, because I think it's fun, and it's fun for you guys to like be interactive, and spirit is teaching me as well the language of spirit, of symbology, that spirit can talk through anything. But before they even gave me awareness for doing it, I had to first cultivate a relationship with them and learn how to communicate that with them without it, and how to focus, and how to go into meditative states, and how to move my energy, and how to have spiritual hygiene, for energetic hygiene, certain things. 1222 2222 things that would allow me to protect myself without relying on, magic or candles, or you don't need any of that. All you need is time. Yeah, it takes, and that's why my name is Patience in this incarnation as well, because I've had many lives that were shown to me where I got to a certain point in my spiritual journey, and then I get impatient, and I start doing things without my spiritual team to guide me, or to tell me if I should do something or not, knowing that I shouldn't do something that I do, just to propel myself further because I'm impatient, and I start to be in my ego. So I've had many lives where I have used magic against people, where I have, tapped into things that were a little darker in order to propel my own spiritual journey. But in this life, my name is Patience, just to be a reminder that good things take time, and that you are, that it's not about getting to a certain point of spirituality. It's about remembering. It's about remembering that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. It's not something that you're, becoming. It's something that you are, and that you come into remembrance to. But if you're searching outside of yourself before you even have relationship with God, and you're looking to divination to spy on people, or just see, or to know your future, Spirit says don't seek to know your future. Seek to know how you can become the most best version of yourself, and then what your future potential, the best future potential of your soul's path will unfold for you. And so this person didn't understand that, and that's a very valuable lesson that all of us can learn from, honestly, because they don't teach us this kind of stuff. And they don't teach you on purpose, because they don't want, if everyone was in alignment, what would we need a government for? We would all be trusting each other and knowing each other's thoughts and hearts, and we'd know each other's intentions. We wouldn't need a government. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there someday. Wow, this is almost a 2-hour live. I'm having fun though. Thanks for coming. It is coming. Absolutely. Love takes time to heal when you're hurting so much. Was blind to let you go. I can't resist this pain inside, 'cause love takes time. I ended up singing in the end. That's so funny. That person predicted a song. Abundance! You guys, you don't have to seek abundance. You are abundance. You don't have to do spells, because that's how it starts. That's the gateway, I'm going to do a money spell. I'm going to do a love spell. Oh, I'm going to do a come to me spell. I'm going to do an obsession spell. Oh, I'm going to do a banishment spell. I'm going to do, and it just progressively gets worse and worse. Know your worth. You are abundant. Surrender to the idea that abundance is not outside of yourself. Oh, thank you very much, babe. Thank you. The first and the last. I like energetic clearing. Absolutely. Talk to your guides. Learn how to clear your energy from your guides. There's a special way that's just for you and your energetic signature that only your guides have the key to. But you must cultivate a relationship with them. You have to believe that they're there for you, that you're worthy of their guidance, of their help, that you're a divine spark of energy having a human experience. And then you will start to experience miracles. Absolutely. Waking up every day is a miracle for me. That is a miracle. Oh, I love you guys so much. I truly, truly hope that this person finds a way to let go of this energy and is able to start over in a new energy. I really, really hope that for them. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Lake Superior. Thank you so much, Robin, and all my day ones. I'm so appreciative of you. I'm so grateful to be here. Life is truly a miracle. It's a blessing. Find the things that you have to be grateful for to pull yourself out of this energy of victimhood. You know, everything's not happening to you, it's happening for you. You must shift your perspective if you want to get out of it. You can't fight fire with fire. You have to shift. There's something within you that has to change, and it starts right here. Okay? I love you so much. That way, I am not forcing the force, and I can monitor if the energy was suitable for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I am happy to be here. I'll see you on the next one. We post every weekend for you at 6 a.m. every Saturday and Sunday. We try to do a celebrity read, a true crime read. We've been dabbling in current events to try to understand current events from a higher perspective. Happy New Year! Yes, and my birthday's coming up. January 2nd. I'll be 43, so it's going to be an amazing year, you guys. I just know it. I know that miracles are happening all around us. I appreciate you. Yes, I'm an, but I'm your. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm an asshole, but I'm your asshole? I don't know. Why is that censored? I love you guys. I appreciate you as well. Have a good day. I'll see you this weekend. Bye.